Hey guys, GHAZZY TV here with another Path of Exile video, and in this one, we're going to talk about the Zoomancer. Beautiful, beautiful League starter build. Amazing for new and newer players coming into Path of Exile or new to the game, and also for the veterans that wants to play a build where you are commanding an entire army of minions. It's a very, very good and well-performing build, very tanky, and it's very comfortable because mostly using permanent minions. Now, with that said, I'm not going to have this as an actual build guide video because I have a collaboration with Zoomancer to watch that video. There should be a link in the descriptions below once that video is posted. And instead, this video is here to outline the differences from the old version compared to the one we're going to be posting in the updated version, the written guide, linked in the descriptions below. So, Guardian versus Necromancer. Necromancers are the goddess of minion builds. Guardian is shit. We've looked into the Guardian's Blessing support. We are not going to run this for this build. There's no reason to. It's just not worth it. We're not going to run fresh meat either. There's no point in it. And looking at the different changes that we've done, my note says that on the low budget version, we made some adjustments on the Hungry Loop with some support. Instead of Meixsell, we're running Elemental Army. We've made some gem moving around because some people linked generosity with determination, so I made sure to not have it inside that link at all. There's going to be an adjustment in the written guide to further clarify that you should not be linking your precision with the second wind on the higher budget versions of this. And we've updated the first two leveling trees of the low budget version to not use the minion penetration master because we're not cursing that early, which was a mistake of mine. I do apologize for that. Outside of that, we have fine-tuned the high budget version, which is a 63 million shaper DPS, extremely tanky build, and very enjoyable to play. I'm having a lot of fun with a build like this. We are going to be fine-tuning this a little further, but the links are a little special to go around. First things first, we're in a position where the specters we're using is one of each for all different specters. So in this case, we have one Primal Crush Claw. Pale Seraphim, we only run one. Host Chieftain, we're only running one. And then Carnage Chieftain, one. Arena Master, one. So it's a little messy to go through when you look into how many minions this build is actually utilizing. But those are the major changes that we've done to the Zoomancer. I'm not going to go too much in depth with the builds. There's still some fine-tuning to be made. So make sure that you check the written guide, the link in the descriptions below, in which these will be updated probably by tomorrow at the time of this recording. So that will be like Wednesday, worst case Thursday. But before the league launches, everything will be ready to go. I do want to point out a few things, though, before we leave from this video. And that is that the progression for the low budget is the best possible way to progress this build when you start playing is to go for a Bitter Dream. Now, since the popularity has risen quite a lot with this build, these cost about 7 to 8 chaos on a league launch. And once you get one, that will carry your build pretty much into red tier maps. You could use 2 of them if you want to, but 1 should be enough. And another thing to point out with this build is that it's using Alberon's Warpath, which was nerfed in the patch notes, or patch post-it, I guess. So what happens with Alberon's Warpath is that they're making our skeletons permanent, which is very comfortable. The problem with skeletons is that eventually in the yellow tier maps and higher, they're going to start dying to AoE damage quite often. And the nerf was that you can no longer summon a bunch of skeletons per cast with Alberon's Warpath, but instead you can only summon 1 at a time. So once you reach a state where your minions, or rather your skeletons, are dying, you're going to want to switch away from these boots because they're just going to be terrible to be using. If you look at the medium budget gearing setup, we are no longer using Alberon's Warpath. Instead, we're using a rare pair. So you're going to keep that in mind because you're going to encounter that situation when you get into the higher end game of yellow tier maps and higher, where that's going to happen. So that's like the only notes I have for you guys when it comes to the Zoomancer. It's just a solid league starter. It's a very fun build to play. A little bit of an acquired taste because you fill up the screen with so many minions. We're talking 50, 60, 70 minions on the field with all skeletons summoned. And the whole thing with visual clarity, you can just forget that exists if you play this build. But it's fun. So hope you enjoy it. Leave a like and subscribe for more content. And drop a comment down below what you guys think of this build. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. So till then, as always, stay safe. Keep rocking.